Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Unprofessional Breakdown. And this time I got my man, Alex Rogers,
Thank you.
victorious, coming off a great victory for Combat Night at the Carib Royale. My man, how you feeling, bro?
I feel really good. To be honest with you, I feel very centered as well. I think the biggest high is just immediately after the fight. But all in all, man, I think just being at a beautiful venue like that and just being able to be immersed around some fantastic people like the promoters, yourself, the other fighters, it made it very easy to just be nice and centered the whole event. So even right now, man, can't fly too high, can't fly too low.
You sent me a couple video messages a few days after the fight because I wanted to get you on and wanted to get the scheduling right. And you mentioned that was like your 20th something fight. How many fights you got, bro?
That was my ninth MMA fight. And
Yeah.
I've had, I think, 11 kickboxing or 12 kickboxing.
Damn. And you are the 2021 IKF Classics champ, right? See, I do a little
Yeah,
bit of
the
research. Yeah.
open kickboxing rule set. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, man. But truthfully, I mean, I am like who I was before I moved out of Miami, a complete fraction of who I am today, man, both mentally and technically speaking. All of these things that I am is completely because of the people I'm around right now. And I mean, the only thing I have to do is show up. But realistically, I mean, man, between my team and the other fighters I'm around, they're just so good for my mind, dude, and so good for my development.
So you're training over at FKA, which is Florida Kickboxing Academy, right? And where are
Yes.
they located?
They're in West Palm Beach, just off of exit 76, Riviera. I train under Asa Tempa and alongside his professional fighters. There's been a lot of like chaotic events unfolding recently in everybody's personal lives. So I've sort of majority of my training camp was just helping out a lot of the beginners and messaging Asa on specific things that I should be isolating my focus on. And I've been really thankful he's brought me to a level to where I feel I can do a lot of homework and still get the same things done and not rely on other people. And I feel like that is such a major thing. I'm sure as a professional fighter, you can attest to how important it is for an
Yeah.
artist to do to not depend on anybody else for their growth, which how different is that from life, right? We should all live
Yo,
like that.
absolutely. It's no different than life.
So
Sometimes you got to make changes in your life that's gonna better you as a person. Same thing with like gyms. Gotta see what's the best fit for you. How long have you been there in West Palm Beach?
this is the really crazy thing, man. I live in Deerfield. I
Oh,
drive to West Palm Beach Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. and that's the first gym I hit up. I finished there around like 8:30, 9 o'clock, a little bit after, depending. Maybe I'll do some stuff on my own over there. And then I'll go down to Lantana to work with Jornel Lugo, Brandon Carroll, a few of the other fighters over there. We organize a certain time slot from which we
yeah.
drill specific things that we've studied about ourselves, future opponents, or things that we saw in the recent fights, and we'll just like brainstorm together. After that, I'm done at 12:30. I'll go to Daru's Strength Performance Gym over in Boca Raton. I'm sure you know who Daru is, of course,
Yep.
Phil Daru.
Yep.
So I work with those guys. They've got my strength and conditioning at a place I would have never imagined. But all these things all stem from the philosophies and the principles that like Asa Tenpao is really like drilled into me. And I'm willing to listen, man, because I feel like we connect really, really well mentally. And he's got the sauce, bro. He tells me you need to do this, you got to do this. This will help you out. This will help you out. I'm just like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And we make it happen, Captain. Really amazing things have happened because of him. And I've just taken my own growth under my own wing, but being around the right influences and being a good person as best as I can possibly be, still understanding I can make mistakes, but
Yeah.
willing to accept it and be there for other people because that's where the growth is really at.
Absolutely. And that connection with your coach is everything, bro, because I tell a lot of folks, hey, as fighters, I'm retired now, but as fighters, I go in there, nobody else goes in there with me. It's me, either Larry Folsom, who refereed like a bunch, almost all my fights, and the other guy. Nobody else in there. My team does a good job of preparing me and getting me there, but that connection with the head coach is everything, bro. So you mentioned you moved from Miami to Deerfield and you've been training over there at FKA. How long have you been there officially?
Man, I showed up just to work on my stand-up, and I ended up learning how to be a fucking martial artist and a human being all in one.
I love
I've
that.
I've been there. I've been there religiously. I think this is going on 2 years now, dude. But like, I've never put in as many hours into my craft as I have since being there. It's like a second full-time job, or maybe part-time. You know, I have a goal of mine. I definitely want to move closer up there so I can make it a full-time experience. And I
Yeah.
think that's when I'm going to be able to make that next little leap forward, you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, a year and a half going on 2 years, and they're like home base for me.
And
Amazing.
your last fight, you said you were there for 2 years. Your last fight was about 2 years ago, right? 2 or 3 years ago.
My last MMA fight was
MMA.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
MMA, yeah. Yeah.
So
November
you took,
2019.
and that was for Combat Night.
That one was for XFN. I lost a split decision.
XFN. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And but you fought for Combat Night many times before,
Oh
right?
yeah, man. If Mitch makes it like, how can you not want to fight for combat night? The way Mitch just like is so there for his guys, and the way he just
Yeah.
overperforms as a promoter, the guy is just, how can you not, man? He's such a good dude.
Hey, Mitchell's one of those cats, man. You know, I know Mitchell a long time, like 10 plus years, and the reason why me and him are like how we are is because he tells me how it is. If I'm having a shit day and like and I look like shit, like bro, you look like shit. You look like shit your last fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like where most people don't like that, they like to be told what they want to hear. I have people like him in my circle that tell me the realness. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. And
It's
I guess I'm a
necessary.
little biased. You know, I represent Combat Night. I only fought for Combat Night my whole damn little career. So I already know, Richard Cox and Ramsey and those guys. Richard Cox with the ill matchmaking. Um, you had a
Fantastic,
hell of a
man.
fight. You had a hell of
Thank
a
you.
fight with Pablo, man. What was your mindset going into that fight? You took a hiatus, like 3 year hiatus, and then you're coming back on this big ass card for Combat Night, and you're fighting a tough ass dude, man. Like, what was your mindset going into that fight?
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. This was the most calm I have ever been coming into a fight. Like, and I wouldn't say calm like not ready, but I was like calm like a bomb, bro. I was ready to pop off when I knew I had to pop off. I knew what was necessary. It was just like, and it was all within. It wasn't necessarily like focusing on a human being, but like I was focusing on a canvas, on a target in front of me. I had complete dissociation from like personal anything. And I think that was where I really, I feel like I'm really coming up to that point to where my amateur career is about to come to a close within a year. You
Yeah.
know, I think I've just grown to a part where I'm so confident in my habits and my routine and my will to win, and more than anything, I reestablished my faith, and it's brought me a lot more personal with my experience when it comes to fighting and it comes to what I have to do as a man, as a human being. I feel like I have a lot of definition to my soul now, and this really just, it's so divine. I can't even put it into words, man. It's very divine.
And that's one of the things that I noticed. Because I've seen you fight, like I've seen your videos. Because I'm a student of the game. I love watching, guys, local guys in Florida general. You know what I'm saying, fight, and I like to see where the career leads from where it started. And I noticed that you were so calm and composed, and you was just
Thank you,
like,
sir.
even when you had some hard hitting moments, you chilled. Your sprawls were groovy. You were flowing, and now I'm like, man, what the heck? Like you were so damn calm, bro. Like a lot of guys, and I mean, it goes with experience because you've been fighting since what, 2016, maybe
Yes,
2015.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you've been fighting quite a while. But it's rare, and I always point it out when I see an amateur, handle themselves, show cage awareness like you do, and just so composed. I really appreciate that, and I love that. That means that you are a true student of the game. What do you think that calmness? You said it was the first time you were so calm in there. What do you attribute that to?
Man, I feel like my understanding of how to play the game, how to work rounds into my favor, especially when things aren't going the way I need to, how to control the space.
Hmm.
But again, more than anything else, above all else, like my reestablishment of my faith. I feel is huge. And I'm progressing my relationship, so it's not like I'm going to church or reading Bibles or anything, but like just being able to speak to a higher being, to God, and just having that sort of personal relationship with him, it makes things very here in my life.
Yeah.
Very here. Like it's just me and me. And I feel I don't know, I can go on into it. It gets very deep, but definitely understanding how to play the game, a confidence and a faith within my routine and my habits, and above all else, that divinity in my soul and in my spirit. I'm able to look at somebody when I'm moving with them and look at them like a target, like a canvas, and not necessarily a personal
Yeah.
interaction. I can dissociate from that now.
Yeah, I really don't I weirdly understand that. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
know where you're coming from. The way that you was you were calm, but you were stalking. It's not like you was just super calm. Like you were attacking, you were landing combos. Your grappling exchanges were awesome. Like, bro, you had everything put together
Thank you,
where
sir.
I messaged Richard Cox, a matchmaker. I just put out your name and somebody else's name out there just to see his reaction, right? I'm not a matchmaker or nothing, but I'm like, man, this guy would look good against like this guy versus this guy would be a hell of a fight, you know?
Thank you,
Um,
sir.
but yeah, man, yo, that was a hell of a fight and you stood out. Like there's everybody I want to talk to everybody. I want to talk to your coaches too if they want to talk to little me, but there's certain people that stand out and you being a flyweight, man, and the flyweight division right now for Combat Night is insane, man. From Orlando to South Florida to Tallahassee and Jacksonville. I mean, there's a lot of great prospects out there. You did mention you see yourself, going into the pro a year, maybe a year from now.
Definitely. I have a personal goal. I'm 27 now. I turned 28 in May. So within my 28th year of living, I plan on going professional.
And that's a great goal to have. That's a
Thank
great
you,
goal
sir.
to have, man. You still young. Um, a lot of guys, even when they're older, they get into the game and they can do it. Like me, I can't do it, man. I'm 33. I got a great job. I got a great wife and kids, and it's just hard for me to prepare for guys like you. You know what I'm saying? Maniacs that are in the gym every damn day. You're in the gym every day at
I'm in
six
the gym.
o'clock in the
I'm in the
morning.
gym every day, and because I have no kids or any like assets that hold me back, I'm
Yeah.
also at work at 3 p.m. every day
What do you
on
do for
top of
work, if
that.
you don't mind me asking?
Yes. So I work at one of the top restaurants in Boca Raton, and I began as a food runner. Now I'm a food runner and an expediter. When we're out of season, I also prep the line. I make desserts if they need me to, or I also work sushi as well. I just try and like, as I live my life as a martial artist, I try and be very versatile, and I try and be a human being that is one of value so that I'm needed and I'm wanted and it's genuine and I'm making an impact through just being myself, a genuine version of myself. And this helps my work, it helps my martial arts, it helps my growth as a human.
Man, your mentality, bros. Any fighter out there listening to this, they need to have the same mentality you have. It's like straight positive. You
It's
know
high
what you
honor, man.
need.
Thank you.
No, you know what you need to get ahead. And not just in this fighting stuff, but in life in general. A lot of cats are, still trying to figure out life. And it seems like you are still trying to figure out life, but you're heading in the right direction. We
I'm
don't have
telling
to
you,
be
man.
righteous all the time. It's just doing the right thing. And bro, I could tell you, Alex, man, you doing the right thing, brother. And just talking to you, like, shoot, man, it made my whole day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to go train later. I'm gonna have you in my mind. Like, yo, my man Alex, bro, is a great person. He has a
Wow,
great mentality. I need
man.
to be like him a little bit more, man.
Ooh, you are killing me right now because hearing all these things, man, this is such a blessing. Like when I was still in my hometown, I was still in Miami. I was a fucking knucklehead, dude, and I needed to grow up. I was 50-50 on my record, win, loss, win, loss, win, win, loss, loss. And I lost a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of people in my life. And truth be told, I always had like a smarts when it came to fighting, and I can't put it on anybody else except for myself. If I had a proper mindset when I was still in my city, maybe things would have panned out differently, but I needed to isolate myself from everybody that I once held dear to me, in
Yeah.
order to get a better understanding of myself as a person. And coming across again, like, dude, Ace of Ten Power has really changed my life, bro. Him and his professionals, Luis Morales, Joe Mueller, Emilio,
Killers.
Lewis. I mean, yeah, bro.
Killers.
Steven,
Killers.
sorry, I mentioned Lewis
Yeah.
twice. Steven, these guys are killers, but more than anything else, they have a piece, something different about all of them that I just observe and I put into my own little soup bowl of my mind that has completely
Yeah.
made me view life, view training so much differently as a professional, man, as one should. And going back to what you were saying, and I speak to people at work and they're like, why do you have so many fights? You're not professional yet. I've came to a point now where I've understood that I wanted to get my life together first before I went professional. I know a lot of friends that went professional first and then got their life together, and that really affected their professional career. I understand there's no money in professional fighting. There isn't, right? I understand this. I get this. And
Not at the lowest levels, no.
not at the
You gotta
lowest
work your
levels,
way up.
especially you got to work your way up. You better pray you're damn good enough to make that your primary
Mm,
source of income, you know?
absolutely.
It's it being under Asa, I might be revealing a little bit of like his philosophical sauce, but fighting is part of it, but martial arts is the lifestyle. You have to understand that. So I feel like I'm at a point now where I've grasped this since moving out of Miami, and now my next level up is moving closer to them so that I can be just more immersed into them and not get out of the restaurant life and be able to make my sources of income just all martial arts, all my hours, my 24 hours, just martial arts. Cause this restaurant shit's for the birds, bro. I don't know, man. This restaurant shit's
Hey,
for the birds.
I feel you, man. It's tough, the restaurant business. Like me, I sell cars, bro, and you know,
Oh man, yeah.
it's been life
Like,
changing. It's me, my current job. I've been here 6 years. It changed my life, bro.
yeah,
At
dude.
one point in my life, I was trying not to do bad things for my wife and kid, and working 3 jobs and doing everything right. To now, I have a beautiful home, and but the hours are killing me. I want to be at every Combat Night show, but I
I
can't
know,
make it.
man.
But
I
man,
know.
everything that you're saying, bro, is the right mentality to have.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that having a head coach kind of helps you better. Like you are what they say, you're at in your mind is a zen, right? You're one with your mind, or if I'm saying it
Yeah,
wrong, somebody just
absolutely.
let me know.
No, yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and that's great cuz you have that in your mind like, "Yo, I need to do something for myself to better myself." But the fact that you found your head coach, that's a blessing right there, bro, because not a lot of fighters out there are fortunate enough to have a head coach that is like yours, or like mine. Like I found Pete White, man. Pete White to me, like he got me my first pro victory, which I ever wanted as a kid. They said I was too small. They said I was gonna be dead at a certain age. They said I was gonna be nothing in life, and all I wanted was like to prove people wrong, right? And I met Pete, and he would talk to me every day, which was shocking. I never had a coach that would text me every day like, "Yo, how you feeling? Everything okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, whoa, what the hell? Why are you messaging
That's
me? I'm not used to
fantastic.
this." So
Yeah.
I feel you, man. So much props to your coach, man. I think that he took you in and he corrected all your little habits and made you the fighter that we saw at combat
You
night.
know,
Like,
and I gotta definitely like put this out there too. I got zero special treatment from Asa. This dude doesn't text me regularly. We don't really have like that. It's just
yeah, you show up.
synergistically as
Yeah,
artists, like
yeah,
we mesh incredibly well. And yes, I just show up and I just try to be good business for his gym. I work with the beginners with genuine love, even after
good.
class. I love holding pads with them. And it helps him out, and I clean when I can. It helps them out.
Yeah,
And it's just genuine love. It's not something I'm forcing them to do. It's just genuine because I appreciate them and I appreciate what they've done for me. And I do without even thinking about it. When I work at the restaurant, dude, even as like expo, I'm the one busting the dishes because it does just good things for my mind. It's the yang to my yin, and it's like
yeah,
I kind of need
yeah.
that
I
balance.
feel you.
Even I gotta go. I need the suck in my life. I need the shit. I need it because it
Yeah.
makes me want to do the good stuff even more. You know?
Hey, sometimes you gotta fail to prevail. And
Bingo.
I was saying this to one of my closest friends who's a fighter as well, and I was like, yo, because I believe, I don't know if anybody watches this, I believe, but I believe that God puts us through stuff on purpose to test our mentality, to test
Yeah,
how mentally strong we are. So if he puts all these hurdles in front of us, sometimes he sets them up a little bit higher for that we won't quite make that jump and we fall. But he's testing us to see how, when we fall, how we react to it. Are we going to get up and try again? Or are we going to get up and walk away? So it's all about, it's a mental, and it's all mental. Everything is mental, man. You got to carry yourself with a positive attitude like you do. My man Retro
thank
Grappler
you,
got a
sir.
nice rash guard. It's called it's good vibes only, and I love that rash guard. And bro, Alex, you have, your mental state is crazy, bro. Like I've never
Thank
had
you, sir.
anybody as positive as you come on my little show, and this will be the 47th episode of this show.
Wow.
And man, I just
Oh
want to ask you
man,
something.
you're
I want to
killing
ask you
me.
something
Huh?
before, I know you got to go to work.
I'm
And
cool. 4 o'clock. I'm cool. Yeah, don't worry
I
about it.
ran a little bit late. So tell me, how much are you sparring and how much are you drilling? Like in your 5 day or 6 day training, how
You
much are
know,
you sparring and
yo,
how much are you
you
drilling?
you probably ain't gonna believe me on this, man. But before this fight, I hadn't sparred in like 3 weeks, bro. 2 or 3 weeks. I hadn't, you know. When I do spar, so like okay, my ideal week. Regular routine week, I have like two sparring sessions. I have one that's MMA centered and one that's stand up centered, but
Hmm.
both I make sure are at an intensity from which like I shouldn't be leaving there with cuts and bruises. Ideally,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be. There's a time for hard sparring, and that time involves 16-ounce gloves and big ass headgear, or
Yeah.
like specific scenarios, situational grappling. But I try and like I take care of my body because I want a long career. So I don't do a lot of hard sparring that there's too many variables for like my knees to pop or
Hmm.
my elbows, my shoulders. If I'm gonna do the harder the session or whatever, the more specific for me that it needs to be, whether I'm in control or not in control. So if I'm gonna have a hard sparring session and I need to work like, I don't know, my fucking get ups from bottom or whatever,
Hmm.
then I'm going to make sure the intensity is at a high, strong pace because it's very specific work with limited variables. I'm not going to have 5 round sparring sessions over the course of an hour where we're banging to the death, bro. Like,
Stupid.
that's
It's stupid.
asking for my knees to pop. That's asking for me to get like a cut, a laceration. Like, my body is my investment. I need to take good care of it. So, like I
Love that.
can't, yeah, man, I can't be doing that. So okay, ideal week, yeah, two sparring sessions, one pure stand up, one MMA. And my stand up, I try and isolate range and setups and
Hmm.
different looks and whatnot. So, and then of course we have grappling situationals that I take
Yeah.
upon myself. After my training sessions in the morning at FKA, I'll grab somebody, and we'll work off to the side, and I'll be like, hey, yo, 1 minute here, 1 minute here, 1 minute here, if you have time. Yeah, for sure.
And
But
you're a purple belt, right? Jiu-jitsu?
yes, sir. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I wrestled in high school. I didn't have any successful or extravagant career. I just had like experience wrestling in high school.
Yeah.
But jiu-jitsu, yeah, purple belt.
But even having experience wrestling in high school is better than no experience wrestling in high
No
school.
question. No
I
question.
every single time, everybody I talk to, I wish I went. Well, I don't wish, but if I went back to high school, I would wrestle when I did. But everything in life happens for a reason. And I'm with you on the sparring, bro. Like I believe in, some guys have these old school mentality, like, oh, you got to go hard and you got to go with this. Man, I weigh
Nah,
129
bugging.
pounds wet,
Yeah,
bro.
you're bugging, bro. You're
I
bugging.
weigh
Unless the
129
whole room,
pounds.
yeah, unless
Yeah,
the whole
I'm
room got
not.
motherfuckers our size, I'm not trying to do that, bro.
I'm not sparring
No
this
way.
guy that's 165 or
Yeah,
175. That his
hell nah.
75% to me is like 90. So then I gotta
Yeah.
start throwing overhands. And no, so my last fight camp, I did it my way. I theme my fight camps. So this one was my way, and I did it my way. I sparred with people close to my size, and I sparred only one time a week, and it was good sparring. It wasn't hard sparring. It was volume because I believe in volume.
Major.
And drilling is very, very important. I made it important to just drill situational, and I had different game plans. I
Specifics.
had A, B, C, D. So for example, if my game plan was to go in there and try to get a takedown and Kimura, that didn't work. Okay, Kimura didn't work. I get the takedown. I'll switch to an armbar. Okay, that didn't
Uh,
work. I'll knee on belly. So I have different things, and I trained that like 1,000 times. Where it's like muscle memory. and I believe in
That's the
drilling.
point.
So
Yeah.
I like your view, and I ask every fighter that, not just you. I ask every fighter like, "What do you think? How many times a week do you spar?" I get different answers. You know, the bigger boys like to spar hard because they believe in that. But you're right, man. I got to take care of my body. I got to go to work on
Come
Monday. You know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Come on. I
You
gotta
know,
hold plates and walk a line, bro. You bugging, dude. No
I gotta
way.
play with my kids, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
sometimes, and when you're sparring, you get hurt and it's unintentional and stuff like that. But accidents happen. But you careful. Sparring
Yeah.
is great, man. Careful and volume is awesome. But yo, Alex Rogers, where can we find you, bro? What's your social medias? Let the people know. Let the sponsors know where to find you and what do you want to tell sponsors, man?
My Instagram handle is underscore AR, my initials, dot MMA. I'm not gonna have a nickname until I'm knighted it. It's kind of corny if I give myself one. Uh, as for any sponsors, man, I want to shout out Lucila's Bakery. Alejandro Perez has been a close friend of mine since 2016, 17. We confide in one another. He owns a fantastic bakery in South Miami. For this camp, I also had Alejandro Cortez help me out as well. Fantastic man. His Instagram page is excellent. I believe it's AJA Cortez. Um, any future sponsors, by all means, jump on the ship if you'd like to. I feel like at 125, I could be a ray of light, man, that I think would be great for our communities and give a different look to what martial arts is instead of this brutish thing that everybody looks at it is, you know?
There you go. Man, Alex, thanks so much for spending 28 minutes with me. It was supposed to be 15, but
I could
man,
do
like I said, your
another
energy,
30. I could do
your
another 30.
your energy and your positivity, brother, is like off
Thank you,
the
sir.
hook. And we need more of that in this crazy community that we're in, where we love to
I
punch each
believe
other in
too.
the face, but there's a lot of love out there.
I
And
believe so as
a
well.
little bit of haters, out there, but we tend to ignore them, right? And prove them wrong. But yo, Alex, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank
Alex
you.
Rogers, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, man. Peace out.
I'm honored. Thank you so much.